Hello and welcome to my true crime channel. Today I'm going to be giving a quick update on the tragic case of Mary Bastholm. So I'm sure most of you guys have probably heard this week that serial killer Fred West and serial killer Rose West, the Wests, are thought to have murdered a 15-year-old girl here in the UK in the late 60s. That girl was called Mary Bastholm, and today in Gloucester in the UK, a dig is being done at a cafe where they believe that at least some of her clothing has been buried under the floor in the basement of the cafe, and they are potentially not just looking for Mary's clothes, they're looking for Mary's body. It's an extremely tragic case, the case of Mary Bastholm. She vanished from Gloucester, the streets of Gloucester in 1968, so it's over 50 years ago. She's never been found. It's often been thought that Fred West was responsible for her death, and that not just Fred West, perhaps Rose was involved, and perhaps she was their first victim as a couple. So a few days ago here in the UK, the police announced that they would be looking into reports of what could be a disturbance underneath the floor of the cafe. This has come out because a investigation team led by Trevor McDonald, no other than Sir Trevor McDonald, a fantastic journalist here in the UK, they took some dogs down, sniffer dogs, into the cafe who alerted to what could be human remains. Not only that, they used some sort of equipment that can see underneath the ground, and it saw at least 6 or 7 items that are all thought to be mostly the colour blue. And the reason that the colour blue is significant is Mary had a bag that was blue, she had a coat that was blue, and it was believed that she was wearing blue items of clothing as well. And could it be what has been seen under the ground is going to turn out to be Mary's clothes? I really hope not, but if it is, at least Mary's family can finally get the closure that they deserve. So, sadly, Mary's family have mostly passed away. Her mum, her dad, and her 2 brothers have all now died. She has got a sister-in-law that is still alive here in the UK, but other than the sister-in-law, all that there are surviving cousins that, from what I can gather, live in Australia. Now, there are obviously, like I said, still some remaining family members, so thank goodness if it is Mary that's found, the girl can be given the funeral that she deserves. But what's most tragic is that her brothers passed away in recent years. Could this have been dealt with a lot sooner and her family got the closure that they wanted? Her more immediate members of her family, her mum, her dad, and her 2 brothers, could have at least known what had happened to her. Instead, they all died not knowing. How awful is that? So a lot of people here in the UK are wondering, is it just going to be Mary Bastholm that is found in the cafe in Gloucester? Could it be that more than just Mary is buried underneath the floor? Could it be that there are more victims of Fred and Rose there? It's known that they frequented other places within Gloucester, other properties. Fred is known as being a builder in the building trade. He often did works in houses across the UK, not just in Gloucester, in Gloucestershire, in England. He visited other towns and cities, so God knows where other bodies could be and however many bodies there are out there. Now, it is thought that there are up to 100, that's 100 victims of Fred and Rose West that were murdered. It could be that more of the 100 were done by Fred than Rose, but between the 2 of them, apparently there were at least 100. I can't get my head around that number. It's bad enough that they were convicted between the 2 of them of murdering 12 people, let alone another 88. What's really shocking about that number is the police are certain that there are more, but they've obviously never followed up on it or didn't have the funds or the evidence, I guess. But apparently before Fred took his own life, he admitted to one of his children, one of his daughters, that there are up to 100 victims out there, and God knows whether they're ever going to be found. So anyway, guys, this is just a quick update from me today, just to let you know that the dig has started. They are excavating the cafe or the coffee shop in Gloucester. Just to note, I haven't mentioned in this particular video, but I have in other videos that I've done in the last week on the Fred West case, or the case of Mary Bastholm. She did work at the coffee shop and she did know Fred West. She was apparently seen in Fred West's car the night that she goes missing from a bus stop. Who knows whether Fred West picked her up, but there is a witness report that has come out again in the press recently, and that was made at the time from a member of the public that was waiting for a bus on the other side of the road, that she got in a van. He thinks it was a grey van. He can't be sure of the type, but it does sound as though Mary was abducted by Fred West. So I'm really hoping, if it is going to be Mary Bastholm's remains that are found in the cafe in Gloucester, I hope she gets the funeral and the peace that she deserves in her death. I hope her family get the closure that they need, and I hope as well, if remains are found, other victims, potential victims of the Wests, could be looked for. There are other families out there with missing people that have never known what happened to them, and if they are victims of the West, then these other families, they need closure too. So come on, UK police, open this case again and find the rest of the victims of serial killers, Fred and Rose West. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all keeping well and keeping safe. I hope you've been enjoying my videos. I'm really enjoying making them for you. Hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for all of your comments. I really appreciate them. I really appreciate knowing your views and thoughts. So please put your comments down below as to whether you think this could be Mary, what your thoughts and views are on however many other victims there could be of the Wests. I always love knowing your thoughts, and as usual, I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Anyway, guys, take care and stay safe. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please like and subscribe. If you know anyone that likes true crime, point them in the direction of my channel. Anyway, guys, take care, stay safe, and I'll be back very soon with another true crime video. Bye for now.